heart. Pulse around y'all like a tomahawk. Just a 119, no pillow talk. Now the great white man call it moonwalk. Really wins everything, but the rest of y'all talk. Can't fall on that's Lord, that's a long walk. Yeah.
Hey everybody, this is Taste Reaction Podcast, and on Taste Reaction Podcast today I got my man Dougie Fresh. Say what's up, man.
What's good,
How's it going, man? Long time no see.
Long time, appreciate you having me.
Long time no see.
Yeah, I'm glad we're just like 5 minutes from each other.
Absolutely.
That's pretty awesome.
Absolutely, and today my man is on here, you know, promoting his book, Instant Inspiration, you know, which you can catch on Amazon, or you could just DM him.
Boom.
And, you know, grab that, you know, from him.
Yeah, and there's another book, my recent one, Stay Fresh, Stay Blessed.
Absolutely.
Success Tracker.
Absolutely.
So that's my gift to Norristown. That's my gift to the community. That's my gift to the world.
Okay.
My life's work. So.
All right, so let's take it back a little bit.
And I'm not just promoting that. I'm promoting inspiration, transformation.
Absolutely.
Love. I'm promoting possibility. I'm promoting fun as the music goes by. So that's what I'm about. Yeah. Integrity, all that good stuff.
Absolutely. So let's take it back a little bit, man. Let's talk about when you left high school.
Yeah.
What was your journey to even make it here?
Oh wow. So I'm gonna break that down. Y'all ready?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna give you the quick version of it.
We got some time.
Okay. Well, high school. I mean, I was the youngest of three. Came here from Norristown. Grew up right by Eisenhower Middle School.
Absolutely.
And I did soccer, wrestling, baseball. So I was an athlete. I was competitive. And I wanted to be the best. So having that seed in me, I had people like your father, Coach Ra, other teachers, other coaches that invested in me, cared enough about me, didn't quit when my ego showed up, and that meant the world to me. So I had that seeds of inspiration, of belief, other people believing in me.
Absolutely.
And that set a foundation. Much like living in the Hollywood Hills, you have to have a foundation if you're living on a hill like that.
Absolutely.
For the house to be 5 stories and like as big as it is. So that foundation was critical.
Okay.
My first step was getting into some trouble when I was in high school. I'm gonna talk about my other one when I was in college, but I was just with this dude, my brother's friend, and I got some Four Locos. He had drugs on him, got caught with that, 17 years old, bam, hit the lowest low of my life.
Yeah.
What's scared, stopped going out, I started to rap, I started to just think bigger, and I took kind of responsibility for myself, and then I became more of a hard worker when that happened. Okay. Kind of made me up a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, here's what happened. Went to college, IUP, and my sophomore year, everything's going great. Work at Mermaid Lake for the last 6 summers as a lifeguard. Sure enough, I fell in love with a girl. It was good.
Good.
Yo.
Say what's up to the podcast.
That's how you know the podcast popping. Hey, that's how you know the podcast popping. So that was my life. People would always see me. I was saying like I'm super social, super gregarious, extra extrovert, and things were great. Read this book called The Secret. Okay. Who's heard of The Secret? If you've heard of The Secret, that's great. If you haven't, it's on Netflix. It's free on Netflix. Check it out. It's all about the law of attraction. Like attracts like. No coincidence we're doing this podcast. Birds of a feather flock together. There's psychological principles. They talk about broken house, broken glass window effect.
Absolutely.
Where like bad neighborhoods will attract more people in the bad neighborhood. But bottom line is everything's energy. And at that time, my energy wasn't at its potential. But I had the seed, right? Like I told you, we talk about gardening. Like my seed was just under the ground. Until I got booked at college, 19 years old, October 4th, 2012. Tyga B.O.B. homecoming concert. The year before, Wiz Khalifa and Wale. I flew to the concert, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Had a blast.
Absolutely.
So I said I'm gonna do something different. So I got Molly. Drunk, drinking, got some Molly, and I didn't know what I was gonna do with it. I know I was lost. I did some shrooms the couple weeks before. So I was like, shoot. I was kind of like a lost purpose. Okay. And that's what happens. You'll notice in your life when you fall off, go off the path.
Absolutely.
You can go all the way off the path. Thank Lord that I had this interruption. Here's what it is. I'm going to the concert, drinking some 3 Olive root beer with some root beer soda.
Absolutely.
And, it's a cold night, but the girls are looking good in their concert outfits.
Absolutely, like they do.
And I forgot my ticket. Warning sign number 1. Go back, get my ticket to the concert, hip hop concert, and lines mobilizing, long lines mobilizing. And then right before I'm about to get in, the cop yells, "If you have any drugs on you, get rid of them now, or you will be arrested."
Second warning.
Yep, second warning. Sure enough, I'm Dougie Fresh, I'll be fine. Nothing will happen to me, my ego said. You know? And that was how my life was, like just playing. I was just playing in my life. And
like we typically do.
like we do, yeah. And I was about to get mature real quick. Be humble or be humbled. Let that be the quote. That's a quotable, tweetable. Be humble or be humbled. You throw this on live for me real quick and we'll set it up. So what happened was then I walk in and a security guard pulls out the white powdered substance, says, what's this? My jaw drops and I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, I grab my wallet and I leave and I cut the corner and I cut another corner and I start sprinting.
Yeah, and he's on here. Just let, you know, everybody know.
Yup.
My man Dougie Fresh,
Yes.
Taste Reaction Podcast.
We're on a podcast right now. I'm sharing a super vulnerable story about me getting busted with drugs. We'll be talking about how to level up your environment, mentors, success principles, nutrition. So stay tuned. It's going to be really good.
Absolutely.
We're going to get back on the podcast, but we're going to put it up right there.
So you were back to, you know, basically, you know.
We can post that up
yeah.
somewhere. So the cop starts chasing me. And I finally make a smart decision at this time, and I sit down. I just like put my hands behind my back. He brings me back. I'm at college at IUP, and you know, I see a girl crying her eyes out. A guy's having a temper tantrum, and I'm just scared. One word's going through my mind. One word. Guess what that word was? Curse word. One of y'all take a guess. Well, that's it. You got it. Good job. So, you know, what would my dad say? You know. Am I going to be at school? Like, how's this going to affect my life?
Heart pounding.
Heart pounding. It went down, all the way down. Because the energy was really like shame and guilt and fear, and it would later that night turn to depression, apathy. So
because I know I fucked up, and
you had a similar experience. Yep.
Man, we were all young.
Yeah.
I know how that
full
goes.
of cum, is it?
Very hard.
So that night, you know, ends up. Misdemeanors for the drinking.
Absolutely.
You know, it was really big trouble. I was supposed to get expelled from school, so I looked it up. I was really scared. I didn't sleep. 4 a.m. freaking out. I called my brother, called my sister, called this girl I was talking to, and I finally, I was laying in bed, just the pain I had. It was the lowest low, rock bottom.
Absolutely.
But I said, that's it. Enough's enough. I had it. No more. Never again. There's a knowledge gap, and I need to fill it. Thought of someone. Eagles quarterback at the time, 2012. Running quarterback, bounced back from public shame completely. I mean, yes, he deserved it for what he did, but like he made a $100 million contract back. He was crushing at the time with the Eagles. He was super positive. He was, you know, who was it?
Mr. Mike Vick.
That's it, Mike Vick. And he was helping more dogs than he hurt, and he was like really inspiring to me because if I can create, anytime, this is for anyone watching this, anytime you're in a challenging situation and things seem impossible, CC, not an email, CC. Get true perspective. All right. So what I mean is create contrast. Repeat that or write that down. Create contrast. I created contrast for myself. This is way worse. He went 19 months in prison. He lost all this money. He got like, it was really bad for him. So I read his biography.
Absolutely.
Finally Free. And that showed me it could be worse. Then I read a book called Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins.
Absolutely.
And that's like a 600-page book. If you look at my Stay Fresh, Stay Blessed book recommendations, it's my #1 book recommendation. And
don't forget, you know, instant inspiration.
Yeah.
You know, instant inspiration.
So,
we going, just like I say, this is promo run. He getting as much promo as possible. It's all love over here.
Thank you. And it was instant inspiration. That book was instant inspiration to me because it also gave me a strategy, a system, steps to take on my life.
Absolutely.
Provided me with resilience and brilliance. Really put my back against the ropes, and that book pushed and pulled me through. I watched YouTube videos, free YouTube videos. Jim Rohn, Les Brown, like these motivational gurus. And life changed after that. It's not tough times that last, but tough people do. Tough times don't last, tough people do.
Absolutely.
So I want that to be a message for you.
Because you know those, you know, rough times can, you know, have people sink or swim. And that's just, you know, that's
so
kind
I
of...
learned so much through that. I learned to swim.
Yeah.
I learned to mature. I learned to stop playing and start, you know, play to win.
Absolutely.
Or play, I was not play to win yet. Well, I really tapped into a powerful energy. I knew that I'm like alone, and like if life's to be, it's up to me. I took responsibility for it.
Okay.
If it's to be, it's up to me. And if you haven't taken responsibility in your life, like I challenge you to, because you will then take extreme ownership over your life. And I could be a victim. I could have said, why me?
Or you'll be forced to face, you know.
It would have just got worse. I would have went down like
Absolutely.
everybody else does.
Yep.
How far down? All the way down.
Absolutely.
Instead, I decided to step over the landmines, dodge the missiles, take care of it. I got everything expunged. I became president of the Exercise Science Club.
Okay.
I won 5K races and broke the ribbon.
Okay.
Got a 4.0. Super proud achievements.
Shout out to that.
Yeah, it was built a lot of self-worth and confidence for me, and it was valuable, like Rustlin did. And then after that, a lot opened up for me.
Okay.
I watched this one guy, Elliot Hulse, on YouTube.
Okay, so let's, you know, so then, so the transition from the fucked up parts at IUP
Yep.
to, you know, you sitting back, having time to self-reflect,
That was it.
and then you transitioning into what you're about to tell us.
Mm-hmm.
So you're about to lead us into how you even
The
got
next
into
step.
the next step. So okay.
So I was like dabbling in the personal development,
Absolutely.
health world, and if you're not into that, like I challenge you to see how you can be your best. It's not corny. It's not. It's really valuable to grow, so you can get more from life. You can give more to life, and create bigger results,
Absolutely.
and have more fun. So if you want the best, most fun life possible, then yeah, this tools are available for us. So for me, what that looked like was watching this guy, Elliot Hulse, on YouTube. This is one of my online video courses.
Okay.
It's on how to attract millionaire mentors
Absolutely.
and connect and network effectively. So Elliot has
So what drove? So
I was studying exercise science, and I went to search some stuff for homework, and I found this guy Elliot, and
Okay.
just most fascinating guy ever
On where?
on YouTube. Yeah, he's 2 million subscribers, and if you get one thing from this video, besides the quote "Be humble or be humbled," is to check out Elliot's work. It's great.
Absolutely.
So I would watch his videos religiously.
Like we all do when we're
Mentor.
when you know that is your purpose.
Yes.
And you're watching something on YouTube, you're going to be stuck to the screen.
That's it.
You
I
know,
was
it's going to
stuck.
speak to your heart.
And whatever my heart told me to do is what I was going to do.
Absolutely.
And Elliot's mission was all about become the strongest version of yourself. Get the mentorship program. It's a game changer. So Anais, thank you. So she got the mentorship program,
Okay.
and she uses it, and she's attracting her dream mentors. That's awesome. Shout out to you, girl. And I love transform. Like I now give from learning from him. Now I'm in his situation.
Absolutely.
So people come to me with questions, and I get to answer.
Absolutely.
So through Elliot's wisdom, I would experiment, test what he said. Ty Lopez, the other guy on here, he says, quote, I post on my Instagram, so many people think that I'm lying when I say the person who makes the most experiments in life wins.
Okay.
Thinks I'm joking. I'm not, he says. So Ralph Waldo Emerson says, life is an experiment. The more experiments you make, the better. So a call to action for you watching the video, listening to the podcast, watching the Instagram story, the Facebook Live. What can you experiment? What can you test, try, throw spaghetti at the wall?
Absolutely.
And do it for health, do it for wealth, do it for love, do it for happiness, do it for relationships, romantic, family, friends. Your joy. Make an experiment, test something, try something new. Get outside the box, because in essence, there is no box. And that's what I really learned.
So here's something to throw in there. So what I realized, I seen a post on Facebook a while back, and it pretty much, to sum it up, it said that when you're transitioning into a new person or a new phase in your life, because you almost become a new person. And that spoke to me because, like I explained to everybody on the podcast multiple times, Taste Reaction Podcast,
Yes.
and I explained to people that everybody knows I was a low-key guy.
Yep.
I was social, but I was anti-social, which is so confusing.
That makes sense.
In a sense.
From how you showed up.
So but I was always behind the scenes, wrestling, football, just whatever. I just was always calm, cool, I stayed with the people that I stayed with. But I was stuck to myself. So now, here, 2018, I'm up here giving it all to everybody, giving myself to everybody, not really caring what anybody's opinion is, because I just feel like a new person, and I just feel like
I feel like you transformed a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And you too.
Thanks, man.
And that's kind of where I realized that I'm transitioning into a new phase of my life.
Yeah, so that's exciting. And what was coming next in this transformational journey for me was the next phase of my life. So I was in college, and I saw that an ad on Facebook. He stopped making videos, and he had this $500 event in Tampa, Florida. I wanted to go. I had some money that I got from college. You know that I was gonna be $90K in debt, but they live you money, a little money up front for it, like $3K every semester to help with school. So I used that and threw my hat over the fence, got a plane ticket, and that's when Ty and Elliot were there, and that's where this photo was taken. And it was really valuable because I got to, for the first time in my life, meet other people like me, like-minded, that wanted to grow, that were into becoming the strongest version of yourself, which was his purpose, which was my purpose.
Absolutely.
And that was a game awakened a lot for me. And I went back to school just committed. Went to University of Pittsburgh, my last semester, did a strength and conditioning internship with the D1 athletes.
Absolutely.
And to be honest, not what I want to do. Didn't see a long end game in it. If you're doing something you don't see an end game in it, cut the cord. What's the purpose?
So a story I got for that.
Yeah.
As people know, I lost 80 pounds.
80 pounds.
So I went from, wrestling.
Yeah.
And when we all leave high school, we all sit back and we get fat somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow we gain a lot of
most
fucking
people
weight.
do.
That's ridiculous.
It's called
right?
a freshman 15 if you go to college.
Yeah, so for guys it's, not as bad because we're typically active, but I wasn't really active. So, years passed, I was a security guard, and let's just say my diet wasn't the best. So, I finally, said to myself when my stomach went over my pants,
Yeah.
fuck this, it's time to lose weight. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So I sat back, I started with diet, cutting bread out, cutting out, a whole bunch of sugar, drinking a lot of water, a lot of green tea. Then I went to high intensive
hit training up.
Yeah, cardio.
Mm-hmm.
And the weight just started coming off. I went from 250 to around my 270s now, and I wasn't even as light in high school.
Wow. That's dope, dude. I acknowledge you, that's amazing. For you to have a goal and achieve it like that.
Yeah.
And if you relate to that, like, what has your transformational experience been? Or have you had one yet? Or are you ready to make one right now? Wow, you've got to see the end game. Yeah, you get it. You've got to see. Yo, what's up, Kyle? So you got to see the end game. The end game is, for me, there was no end game in collegiate strength conditioning coaching.
Yeah,
and I was getting up at 5. It started at 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. So I was getting up at 4. It was, and I was meditating and reading, and I'd go listen to audio going up there. And man, I said enough's enough. I left that, and I did another internship, and I had an opportunity to work at Strength Camp when I graduated. So I graduated college, really fulfilling, and got an opportunity to work for Ellie Hulse at Strength Camp.
Absolutely.
And that I was literally jumping up and down outside the house in Pittsburgh, like celebrating. Woo! I did it, like living my dreams. One problem, don't have enough money to buy a freaking plane ticket down there. But I actually had just enough money to buy a plane ticket. But now how am I gonna like survive down there?
Yeah.
Didn't give a
Took the risk.
IDAG, because I took the risk with boldness. Threw my hat over the fence. If you threw your hat over the fence, you'd have to go get it.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. My plane ticket was $185. I had $192. That left me with $7.
Uh-huh.
Scary, risky, but the next night I saw Ty Lopez giving a $1,000 giveaway. I made a video. Right, I talked about the secret earlier, law of attraction.
Absolutely.
My reticular activation system in the brain focuses on what opportunities are there. Right, Tony Robbins is an exercise. Look for green, you see the green everywhere. Look for red, you see the red everywhere, and you don't see the green.
Sure.
So I honed that mechanism in my brain, the RAS. Look this up online, RAS, reticular activating system. And that is the secret. That like attracts like, birds of a feather flock together. So I saw that opportunity, I made the video, I ended up winning over hundreds of other people, and other people edited it. I was comparing myself, instead of watching the Ravens, Patriot, the Seattle Seahawks Patriots Super Bowl that February 2nd, I made that video, won $1,000, friend heard about it, he lent me another $1,000, so I paid back, and sourced the money.
Yeah.
Went down to Tampa and had the best experience on his YouTube channel. It was featured on his YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
Hundreds of people, hitting me up because he has millions of followers. Met incredible people. Had the greatest time of my life. Someone I looked up to, like a dad I never had. I got to learn from, and it meant the world to me. And I talk to him every quarter now, and it's always valuable. So I don't know if you have someone you look up to, admire, respect, want to connect with, but if there is that someone, it's never impossible. It's always possible. I'm impossible. It says I'm possible. You break down the word. And if you want support, connecting with your dream mentor, hero, whoever.
Yeah.
So got to work with Elliot, which connected me with people like Troy, like all these. The one relationship with someone at a high level opens up so many doors. One door opens many doors.
Absolutely.
And that's what I met Tony Robbins' son, Jarek Robbins.
Okay.
So Tony Robbins, one of the biggest motivational speakers on the planet, walks in. I connect with him. I wish I could tell you that story, but it was really fascinating how I did that. And I connected with him. You know, introduced him to Ty Lopez. He went out to LA, and he spoke highly of me. Someone told me, he said, Doug's the only person who does all this personal development stuff and actually does it.
Yeah.
So that was like meant a lot, and you know I still struggle with it.
Yeah.
But it's things like keeping a gratitude journal. It's things like journaling. It's things like meditating. It's things like eating healthy. You know, those are the practices, right? Morning rituals.
All right. So speaking of that,
Yeah.
so that's gonna be the transition.
Into LA is the next phase, the second to last phase.
All right,
my
but the
journey.
transition into diet. So how did you go from, like, you know how we used to eat in restaurants?
Yeah.
You know, I don't really know how your diet was in high school or whatever, but again, I know how we used to eat in wrestling, and we just ate a whole bunch of shit. 'Cause
Yeah.
we could, but
That
we,
was available at the lunch line.
Yeah.
That's all across the country, and
doesn't
work.
But not even only that, we burned a hell of a lot
We
of
did.
calories.
Yes,
so
we did.
you know that kind of makes a difference sometimes. But still, how did you make that transition from high school to
Eating
you know,
that way.
yeah, just eat. And what are you? Or do you consider yourself vegetarian?
Now I eat vegan.
Okay, so
But
let's
at that time-
So let's make the transition.
So the transition was I ate whatever like any 18-year-old kid would.
Okay.
Like crap.
Uh-huh.
You know, I was blessed with a dad that was Italian. He made amazing food.
Absolutely.
So I would eat whatever though. You know, fried Snickers, fried Oreos at Mermaid Lake on ice cream on moose tracks. You know, chicken
Mermaid Lake.
farms.
Shout out Mermaid Lake.
Yeah, and then I went to LA. Now before I went to LA, Elliot Hulse ate really healthy and he talked about a lot of nutrition.
Absolutely.
So that got me opening the door and starting to commit to it, invest in it. And then I went to LA, boom, crap hit the fan, and man, it opened up a world of possibility with eating. Because everybody ate so clean in Los Angeles. It's like ahead of the time. I didn't eat vegan, but like there was a chef. So the chef was from Eagles. He was from Philly, so he was an Eagles fan. We connected immediately.
Yeah.
Every morning, this $40,000 mansion, there'd be a professional celebrity chef cooking for the guys who owned it.
Yeah.
And I helped him move. He asked like 100 people to help him move. No one really helped him. I helped him.
Absolutely.
And it took me all day. It was like a lot of work. But he made me free food, free breakfast and lunch for 5 months straight. It was the best investment I ever made in my life. Now, if you ever want help moving, I will help you move. Because I'm conditioned that way. So he would make these grass-fed steak, free-range chicken,
But it was still meat?
cage-free chicken. Yeah, it was
Okay.
still meat, but it was like healthy and a lot of vegetables, and he had this really good blender.
Absolutely.
And they had, I started to eat healthy because everyone else around me, your environment. You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Remember Booker T, 5 time, WCW. You were the average of the 5 people you spend the most time. I'm convicted that is so true.
Absolutely.
That we pick up patterns. How do we know? We'll do this demonstration real quick. You guys ready to find out how you show up in the quality of your life? You really want to know? Well, we're going to do something. I want you to do it with me. We're just going to do a quick little mini exercise. All right, if you're watching this, join us. What's on the other side of this is getting more clarity and freedom from your environment and understanding how your environment affects you. Is that valuable?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to clap when I say 1, 2, 3, go. 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 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I didn't say go.
Oh, you did.
So you guys are probably still clapping. You can stop. You don't have to be a walrus. You can stop the walrus thing, because here's why. We pick up patterns fast. That was like under 5 seconds.
Absolutely.
Under 5 seconds, we picked up that pattern. So could we be picking up patterns of things that don't work around us with our...
So hold up, is that the trick? Do you typically get most people with that?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
and
that's the way to start teaching them.
Yeah, because it's an experience. Same thing with this. Everyone make an okay sign, Look at that circle, put it right here on your chin. So most people put it on their... Oh, so I messed that one up. So I put it on my chin and everyone puts it on their cheek.
Yeah. Okay.
No, chin. I said chin. So I should get it right.
Yeah.
But you watched me first. So most people don't watch.
Yeah.
So you might have put it on your chin. Because we'll hear and we'll see things from other people in our environment that don't work and will pick it up.
Absolutely.
Like me getting caught with drugs.
Yeah.
It was my environment. So just be conscious of your environment. So it can hurt you or it can help you. For me, it uplifted me.
Absolutely.
It really supported me.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
So they were eating healthy, I was eating healthy. They were working out at strength camp. I put on, you dropped 80 pounds. It's amazing. I'm sure you had people around you that were into fitness, right?
No.
No? But you did exclude those people.
But you want to know what's crazy? I inspired a lot of people around me. Like, okay, so at the time, right, I was working at a place, you know, shout out to Amerisource Virgin. You know, I love you guys. You know, things that didn't turn out with my other company, right? But it is what it is. I love you guys there. So I started losing weight, and my uniform was big. My uniform was really, really big. And you know, he started to see, and he was like, "Was you losing weight?" Because like I didn't get my new uniform yet because there was no point. Because I kept on losing weight. So like underwear, I changed like 4 times.
How'd that feel?
5,
Is that encouraging, huh?
It was encouraging, but it was annoying as hell because it costs a lot of money to your wardrobe. So he started to see me, you know, wearing big uniform clothes, you know, walking around. And he was like, "Man, you inspire me."
Wow.
You know, and this is a guy that probably makes 6 figures. You know,
that's the motivating thing for you.
So he's like, "Yeah, you inspire me," but not even that. Just him saying like, you know, you inspire me, and you know, this, that, and the third. It felt good, but I was already on that path. Yeah. He was getting ready to transition to that path. So, you know, I started watching him over a couple of weeks, and every time, you know, he did something he was proud of, he would come down to me in the lobby, talk to me for a couple of minutes and say, you know, "Oh, I did this," and you know, mind you, he got to be in like
that's the environment piece of talking about.
50s or 60s, right? And he's just like, "Yeah, I was putting up weights, and yeah, I was counting my calories, and I was doing the 0 calorie." So
that's that environment piece. That's so key. And you weren't around other people that were eating really like. I mean, it's everywhere, but you kind of cut yourself off.
But I was but see, I think that mental toughness comes from myself.
So
but
how'd you
I also think it comes from wrestling.
Being an athlete.
Absolutely.
What sparked that, like, for you to commit to that much weight, losing 80 pounds?
Have
you talked about this in your podcast yet?
Not fully.
You get to, I mean,
so right now, it's fully.
Like, so how did you do that? Like, just decide to do that on your own, lose that kind of weight? Because so many people want to do that.
I told you.
What drove you to do that?
I told everybody, and it was always in my head. As soon as I seen my belly go over my stomach, it was a wrap. That was something I never was like cool with. And just to see 250 pounds,
on the scale,
look at myself, and you know, cheeks chubby, and you know, clothes starting to fit a little snug, and you're not looking right in certain things, you know, it was weird for me. Because you know, I was always, you know, even in wrestling, I might actually bring it back up. People don't realize I wrestled my junior year 285 pounds.
Yes.
I was 190 something pounds. Okay. I had to gain weight to make weight. The rest of that, because you still had to be a certain weight.
Yeah, that's that pattern you picked up on that you kept going with after high school.
So
right?
No, it wasn't. So the thing was, it was like I always had like kind of fast metabolism and you know whatever. So I was always like a skinny guy.
What did you wrestle senior year?
I wrestled 220, but remember how our lineup went. It was, we had Larry there, and we could have wrestled off for the positions or whatever, but it was no point. Like, I was just strong as hell.
Yeah.
So because I was strong as hell,
they cut weight or he bumped up?
No, we had him stay at 220, and I was wrestling heavyweight.
You were
my junior year.
Oh, you were wrestling 285.
285. My junior year.
Wow. And how much did you weigh?
190.
Ridiculous, man.
So yeah.
Wow, you must.
So I had to gain weight. Yeah. Remember, I had to gain weight to even wrestle that, because you had to be a minimum weight.
Yes. Yes. So my point would be then you had this pattern.
But see,
gaining weight.
That's tough. So
Think about that.
So my senior year, I wrestled with my normal weight, but I maintained the same weight.
You were wrestling people 80 pounds heavier than you?
Yeah.
At least?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the thing with that was, you know, it wasn't about carrying the same patterns. It just was like after high school, I just wasn't active. So after high school, not being active, you know, you're bound to gain weight. Like, I'm eating.
You don't think it contributed being conditioned for 2 years with wrestling to like gain weight? That it kind of kept, it was like still some residue of that?
I mean, maybe not. The reason I say maybe is because I was still eating a high calorie count and I wasn't as active.
Yeah.
But see, when I was wrestling and I was active and I did high calorie count, I was burning it off at practice. So maybe that's why that would make sense. but maybe not, because just like I said, it wasn't like my goal was like, oh, I'm just sitting up here eating. I just, you know, life went on. I'm getting used to life, you know, working, you know, whole bunch of overtime,
a lot of responsibilities.
just a whole bunch of stuff that I'm getting used to as
Got it.
adult.
Yeah.
So, you know, just
But you interrupted all that with your commitment to lose that weight. So so you're talking about the higher level here. So I'm talking about environment effects, absolutely, and indigenous, like palm trees aren't indigenous to Norristown, Philadelphia. They won't survive.
absolutely.
But there's like something, you can make up a word, endogenous or something,
Yeah.
that you can be the environment. You chose, the environment doesn't even affect you. You're so committed to losing the weight, you're so committed to getting a goal that you create the environment around. I'm so committed to bringing joy to this podcast that joy's gonna be on this podcast. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna smile, we're gonna laugh.
We're having fun. I'm enjoying all this.
I could walk into a room and create that environment if that environment doesn't exist. First, connect, adapt to where it is. I don't wanna be in there going to level 10 to level 5, but meet them where they are, bring them up.
Yeah.
So
let's
you can create your environment. And that's what you did. You created an environment of health. You
Yeah.
released the weight.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's take it back a couple steps.
Yeah.
So we went from, you were helping out, I think, a chef,
Yep.
and, you know, he started, you know, feeding you better meat than the normal processed meat.
Yes.
But it still was meat. So what was your transition from, you know, that story, like, you know, eating that and eating good, to how you became vegan?
Got it. So, it was the chef, and it was the people I was around that all ate healthy. The guy I was working with, Mark Dama, Health Nut. Troy Casey was just on my Instagram. He's literally the Health Nut Troy Casey.
Absolutely.
Search him on YouTube, Instagram, Health Nut Troy Casey. Mark Dama. These people are amazing influencers, and they were all about healthy eating. So I picked that up. When I was with Elliot Hulse, I ate healthy. I tracked MyFitnessPal. I was 130 when I went there. I left there 160. Put on muscle, pure muscle at the gym, strength camp.
Yeah.
And I measured what I ate, and I ate whatever. Then after leaving LA, coming back here, transforming from the inside out, transforming my life,
Absolutely.
letting go of shame, guilt, fear, anger, sadness, all these things that didn't work. I dropped that baggage.
Yeah.
I transformed into better things that did work, inspiring things that worked, leveling up. My outside didn't vibrate and resonate with that energy anymore. There's Gangster Vegan in Norristown.
Okay,
There's,
shout out Vinny Vegan.
We'll put him on the podcast.
It's
I
funny.
can facilitate that.
I was just talking to him, but yes, you
Okay.
do that as
He's
well.
really good friends with me.
Because he said, you know, whatever, but I know he's busy. But yeah, do that.
I'll create some urgency for him.
Because actually, I want to go. What I want to do with him is different. Because
Experiment,
like I tell
document.
everybody, this is Taste Reaction Podcast. I did it for a reason. It started out with allowing people to come on my podcast and try different alcohols and try cigars.
Now food, level it up.
Because people have fun.
Yeah.
But I also made that name because, as you've seen in that paragraph I sent to you, it says try alcohol unless you don't drink at all, or whatever is in the menu.
Yeah, it could be food. There's definitely ideas right now.
So
Try that.
when I made that paragraph, I was thinking that way. So
That's great.
I'm looking, you know, so shout out Vinny Vegan. We definitely want to have you on a podcast soon. But
And bring some food on, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Try some,
But I actually want to go to his kitchen and we're going to shoot it there.
Nice.
But also any other chef, you know, chef in Norristown who's coming up, who, you know, doesn't, who's doing his own
There's a
thing.
couple.
You know, I want to, you know, reach out to everybody, come in the kitchen, you know, actually, you know, maybe bring a nice, you know, wine or,
Yes.
you know, a nice alcohol, and us, you know, eat food and talk and, you know, just have a great interview. So there's a lot of things I have in the works, you know, just keep paying attention.
Boom.
Okay, but keep going so you transition.
Yeah. So then I came here and I moved in with these two vegans down the road.
Absolutely.
They both worked at Gangster Vegan.
Yeah.
Steve Nixon, really appreciated him.
Absolutely.
And they didn't allow any meat in the house, any dairy, any eggs. So I was like, oh, okay. I wanted to do it anyway, so I was on board.
Yeah.
And it was easy. It was fun. Meatless Mondays at Whole Foods is cheap, and I started to make food, and I did it for a month. I went to South Beach, Miami.
Yeah.
Had some meat, and it like made my brain explode. Like there's so much dopamine, serotonin release.
Yeah.
It hurt.
Yeah.
Like this is strange.
I did
This
that
is
too
normal.
because lately, I mean, I know it's so processed, but I eat Morningstar. It's kind of my transitioning
Yes.
from,
Veggie
you
burger.
know, Veggie Burger, and you know, just all those products.
Yep.
But I realized even eating that and going to meat, I get the meat sweats.
Yeah.
And I really, like, my body picks up on it because, you know, I know when I'm doing good, I know when I'm doing bad. Like, even when I transition in, you know, even eating bread.
Yep.
you know, it really makes me bloated now
It does.
because I try to.
Gluten intolerant.
Yeah, because I try.
brain fog,
Yep.
itch.
Yep. I don't drink dairy. I still eat cheese. You know, that's
That's one of the hardest
that's
things
one of my
last
hardest things because
yeah.
I love cheeses, plenty of cheeses, but I drink almond milk.
That's a game changer. The almond
You know,
milk,
I haven't really drunk. I don't remember the last time I drank.
unsweetened almond milk is really good too.
Okay, I haven't tried that
Take
yet.
the sugar down, and
Okay.
and almond milk, dairy is really not that good for you. Like cheese is good. There's some
Sure.
good aged cheeses that you know they're all right, but like going vegan was a big step, right? There's different vegan cheeses. There's options out there.
Absolutely.
So I went all vegan, and like that was like I'm not gonna do it anymore.
Yeah.
Eat meat after I tasted it one time,
Absolutely.
and it's been over a year and a half. And it's been fun. It's inventive, creative foods I get to taste and try.
Absolutely.
Philadelphia, LA, New York, Florida. I would go wherever, and there's food there.
Yeah.
And created my environment. If you ever want to do it, it's three simple things. Get around people that do it, so it's easier. Environment again. Second thing, eliminate foods that don't work that would tempt you.
Mhm.
Third thing is make it easy. Put foods in there that would work.
Or
Set
you,
yourself up to win.
or you have other people. That's for you know, and it's unfortunate, but you have those people that need to do that. But you have literally people who are just mentally strong to do it.
Yeah, mentally
Like
strong
you
to
said,
do it.
and just like I said, we're both wrestlers, so we can agree on the mentally tough thing. He said they said no dairy, no meat, no whatever at this little adventure that he went to. He was all aboard. It wasn't hard for you to do that. It wasn't hard to transition. You guys some really good,
Tips, practical,
tools.
3 steps.
He really gave you guys really good
I'll
tools.
give you a bonus, by the way.
Yeah,
Interview, ask other vegans how they do it, why they do it, what's their belief. If you want to uncover and discover someone's belief, practical psychology for you guys, practical psychology, positive psychology for you guys. Ask someone, well, how do you know that? How do you know that? I'm successful. Well, how do you know you're successful? Oh, because this, and this. There's rules. Their belief. These kind of people aren't right. Okay, well, how do you know? Well, because they did this in the past. Why is vegan the best?
Sure.
Okay, well, how do you know vegan's the best? And then that's where you uncover people's beliefs. So I don't uncover successful people's beliefs. When I lived at the mansion in the Hollywood Hills, I'd constantly be, how do you know? Or what's your number one tip for success? How'd you get here? What would you do differently if you were younger? So that's how I went vegan. And not, everyone has to go vegan. I think it would beneficial to the environment, to you, to the world, to everyone around you.
Absolutely.
And it's safe, it's cost affordable, it's good for your health.
Absolutely.
So that's the vegan journey. And on nutrition, I used to be more passionate. I'm more passionate about principles, overarching principles for success that work. Because I've transformed people's lives.
Absolutely.
And the body's great, and health is, nutrition is more than fitness, I feel like. But if you can get your mindset right, technology in our brain right, then that can alter your life, and nutrition will follow.
Absolutely.
Or you'll care so much about yourself, your self-worth, and what you put in your temple,
Yeah.
that nutrition will follow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And this, it sucks to cut it short, and I'm definitely gonna have my man Doug on here.
Back again.
Again, because there's a lot of stuff that we haven't even tapped into.
Oh, there's
that-
so much.
As he can realize, I'm really tapping into his brain. He's tapping
Yeah.
into mine, and we could sit up here and talk for a really, really long time.
Part 2 coming soon.
Part 2 coming soon, but this is Taste Reaction Podcast.
What should we wrap with?
Go out there and support Instant Inspiration. My man Dougie's book. And also stay fresh.
Fresh, stay blessed.
Stay fresh, stay
Journal.
blessed. These are 2 books to go out, Amazon, and then hit them up on, Instagram and, purchase these books. So again, Taste Reaction Podcast, my man Doug, it was great to have you on here, my
Appreciate you.
man. I appreciate it. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to leave you all with a message real quick that you matter and you can create the life you want and anything's possible, but don't do it yourself. Reach out for support.
Absolutely.
You can absolutely do it. Create a plan. Get a journal. It doesn't have to be the Stay Fresh, Stay Blessed Success Tracker journal. It could be. It would benefit you. But get a pen and write down some goals. Write down what you want to create. Get out of your left logical linguistic brain. Get into the creative right part and just write. So that's my challenge to you. Is to write down 3 things that matter to you. Values. If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. Malcolm X says. And so 3 things that values and then 3 goals you want to achieve and create. By when? By the end of the year. December 31st, 2018. Bam.
Peace.
Peace. Trust the process.
Exactly.